What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Richmond Forest Finest, the podcast. This is can we call this a special edition or a little, a mini episode?
Okay.
I got to get something off my chest episode, but okay. I feel like this should be longer than my normal TikTok, Instagram rants. So let me just go ahead and stretch it out to about 10-ish minutes, 15-ish minutes. And say forget it and just go ahead and put it on an episode of a podcast or the podcast. So I want to say that this episode of this mini rant started with a conversation that I had with my longtime homegirl, Michelle Williams. Y'all know Michelle as the longtime Houston teacher and education advocate.
Yes.
Y'all seen her in the news so many times for her fight against Mike Miles at HISD and how most recently she has won her second termination hearing with HISD. Now, if you follow Houston education politics, you know that she has spent decades teaching and advocating for public education, and she's also currently the president of the Houston Education Association. Now, at one point, she stepped out and challenged the policies that she believed were harming her students, including her special education students and her bilingual students. Now, I want you to focus heavily. We're going to put a pin in the bilingual students, all right? Now, that fight eventually turned into a major battle between her and the school district, which we have seen play out in the Houston Chronicle, the newspaper here since probably 2023, 2024, when they tried to fire her the first time. But what stuck with me in that conversation was not just her fight with the district. It's something that I feel has taken place afterwards. Now, what I noticed when I looked around after everything happened is that I noticed that some of the leaders that we would have expected to speak up when she was speaking up for bilingual students, they never, ever, ever did. I'm going to specifically mention several well-known Latina political and civic leaders here in the Houston and or Texas area. People like Sergio Lira from LULAC. He has been involved in Latino civil rights, and he was previously on the HISD Board of Trustees. So you would expect him to...
He's been quiet.
Quiet.
Okay.
Quiet. Another one, Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia. Texas Senator Carol Alvarado, State Representatives Ana Hernandez and Armando Wale. Now, I want to be clear and say that these leaders have records of speaking out about issues that affect their communities. Some of them have even raised concerns, like Ana Hernandez, about the state takeover of HISD. Sergio Lira has worked with LULAC on Latino civil rights and representation. But the frustration was not about policy debates. The frustration was about their silence when somebody was personally taking a risk. And that somebody is Michelle Williams. So Michelle Williams went toe-to-toe with HISD in the state of Texas because they were violating the rights of those bilingual students in her third grade class by basically saying, I don't give a damn if they can't read or write in English. They still going to test in English. You're going to teach them in English, and you cannot teach them how to read. We don't have time to teach them how to read. Literally in the public records of her hearing, which I was a part of, I was there. She was disciplined for teaching her kids how to read.
Wow.
And all of the times this woman has been put on the front row seat to have her job, her career, her livelihood taken away from her for fighting for these kids. I'm going to say this. I'm probably going to catch some slack. I know those Hispanic, Latina leaders did not come to her defense. They did not do a press conference. They did not speak up on her behalf. And very, very few, you can see how, I wish I could see my hand when I say very, very few of the parents of those students in those communities came up and spoke on Michelle's behalf.
That is freaking insane. That is insane because you would think, I'm doing the dirty work for you.
I could have said, shit. I mean, that's crazy, but I gotta follow the rules.
Yo, but I gotta get my check.
I gotta get my check. The black kids, I could talk to them in English. They know how to write English, but shit, y'all gonna have to do something with y'all kids. She didn't say that. She
rode to hell for y'all.
And she's still at home. Mind you, she's been on home duty since September of 2025. She literally only got maybe 3 or 4 instructional days of this school year with her students before they sent her home.
Wow.
She has been on home duty, damn near going stir crazy since then. Home duty is fucking I'm sorry, this is the wrong podcast. Home duty is freaking prison when you are on home duty as a teacher. It's like teacher jail, but you're at home. And anybody that's ever worked in HISD, old school HISD people, y'all know what teacher jail used to be like. But now it's at home. And so when you're at home, what you do is call in the morning. If you're clocking in at 8 o'clock, you call in and you give them your ID number. So you say, inmate number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, checking in for duty. And you hang up. And when it's your 30-minute duty-free lunch period, hey, you call back in. Inmate number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, checking in. I'm going to lunch. I'm back from lunch. I'm clocking out for the day. We made a joke. It wasn't funny, but it was funny. The second day of her hearing, the second day of her second termination hearing, the day that I was present for, we went on until about 6:30. The hearing went from like 9 to 6:30. At 4 o'clock during the hearing, her phone went off. And so they tell you, like, hey, mute your phones. And so the magistrate, the hearing officer kind of looked and she said, oh, I'm sorry. That's me. That's my alarm to clock out. And the magistrate was like, what? And so I, not supposed to be talking, said, she got to call in and check. She got to give them a call and give her inmate number to check out. Which I think helped her case a little bit because you got to see how freaking crazy it was that this is what she's have to do. Mind you, Nikki, ask me what worked for the district she's doing during this time. Nothing. They have assigned you nothing. They don't even tell you, hey, log in and teach students virtually. Log in and update curriculum. You're literally doing nothing but sitting there going stir crazy. Don't go outside and walk your dog.
Because if you're seen.
And you know somebody like her, you know they're following her. You know they are having her watched and followed. So we're not even going to talk about the toll on one's mental health.
Right.
Because it takes some people back to COVID, and some people did phenomenal with COVID. Right. Me, I was one of those people. I don't like people, so I did great with COVID. Couldn't wait, be praying for another COVID lockdown, right? But some people, literally, that's when we really started to see a rise in mental health struggles with people that could not take that. So even if I'm at school, or let's go one further. Even if I'm at teacher jail, I'm still getting to socialize with other adults that are in teacher jail with me. Even if I'm still at work, I'm still getting to socialize with my kids. I'm getting to talk to my colleagues, right? And we know on our worst days as educators, them kids gonna say something crazy, do something funny to make it all worth it.
Yep.
So imagine being stuck in the house. Thank God she got a dog. Stuck in the house and you can't do anything outside of that but wait on pins and needles. And so she got her verdict. So now she still has to go in front of the school board on March 26th because once the TEA officer gives their opinion, the school board still gets to vote on your termination. Isn't that crazy?
That is.
That's crazy. And all the while, see, I'm going off on a rant again, but all of this is taking place in not nary Hispanic, Latino, Latina political leader, civil rights leader in the Houston area in Texas has stood up on their platform and said, thank you, Michelle, because you did this for our kids.
And I'm so frustrated by that because it just speaks to the fact of this is what Black women have been going through for generations.
Oof.
That we are expected to be the nurturers of all. The overseers of all, the caretakers. We are expected to put up the good fight for everybody. But who's fighting for us? And it's really ridiculous because like I said before, she was doing their dirty work. I'm on the front lines. Literally. My livelihood is now in jeopardy and everything because I'm the voice for the community in which you're supposed to be a leader of. And you've never addressed me. You've never said thank you for your services. Nothing. You're not at these doggone hearings with me as support to say the Latino organization stands behind Michelle Williams. We are so appreciative for the great work that you have done. We appreciate that. You are putting a foot forward to make sure that our children are equally educated as the others are. You're quiet Oh, miss me with that. Oh, no.
And I'm going to shout out Jessica. Jessica was on an episode of the podcast. She's the parent, one of the parents at HISD who filed her own TEA grievances with the state and with HISD because they were not properly implementing her baby's IEP. And she won her grievances. When I tell you, everywhere that Michelle is, Jessica is, baby. Jessica was sitting at that hearing with me. We took pictures. We yapped. We gossiped on the breaks and everything. Jessica is going to be there. But even when I talked to Jessica said, sheesh, I can't do it alone. Like, I need my people to stand up and come on and realize that this is what's happening to our babies. Jessica, and that's when I said it's a small few. I did my finger like a little pinch. So you can see the quantity of people who were standing behind Michelle. But not a nary leader with a platform has done it. Not a nary.
And it also, you know what? I wonder, is this a strong black woman expectation?
The trope.
I wonder, do they not feel compelled to speak on her behalf of anything? Because the assumption is, she's strong, she got it.
Ooh.
Well, you know, black women, they got their community. You know, she's going to be all right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're not needed. That's not necessary for us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either that or I'm aligning myself so much with the other side that I am afraid to speak on anything on her behalf, because then that is causing a friction for the side that I want to go to. And I cannot compromise the relationships that I am building on the other side. And when I say other side, I need our audience to understand, yes, this is about race.
Always is.
Yes, it is. So it's either one or two things. And I'm actually compelled to believe it is the latter.
Yeah, it is.
That, you know, certain demographics at this time, especially in Texas, feel like the lighter their complexion, the more so that they should be accepted by the other side. Ooh. And so they are trying to purposely distance themselves from black people, even if those same black people are working to their benefit.
And if we're talking about politics, right? Let me not piss off the people who could be responsible for majority of my funding. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to piss them off because I know my funding is not coming from my community. So if most of my funding is coming from the other side, I don't want to piss them off. It's the same concept I have, or I think about when I think about businesses, right? We're getting ready to get into school board elections here in the state of Texas. And when we're starting to ask businesses who are in certain school districts or in the school districts communities, hey, can you endorse this candidate? Can you have children that attend school in the school district? Do you mind, you're a public figure here in this community? Do you mind endorsing this candidate on your platforms, on your business page, or can this person say that you've endorsed them so they can post it on their political pages? Ooh, I don't really get into politics. It's gonna mess up the business. And it's like, are you cool? Are you cool? It is so frustrating. But it goes back to a bigger part of the conversation when I was having with Michelle, because the question that I'm asking touches on something that so many black women have experienced for generations, like you said, and it's the fact that we often become the ones who are always expected to carry the fight. Mm-hmm. Always. It does not matter if it's in schools, in politics, in community organizing, grassroots, or whatever. We always are expected to step up when something is wrong. But when we do that, historically, when we become ourselves the target of criticism or retaliation, the same level of public defense does not always happen.
We don't get that.
Who do we just see this with?
We don't get
what politician did we just see this with? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, okay.
We don't see
okay.
And you know what? Speaking of my girl Jasmine, when you looked at the statistics of how the voting turnout was with her,
let's talk numbers.
Let's talk about how the Hispanic vote put Tallarico over the edge. The Hispanics voted for him. And so that brings me back to Michelle, because now I'm thinking, because I really I had no clue that she did not ever get any recognition from all of these leaders. I had no clue about that. And so what it makes me think about is how media literacy is such a thing and people don't realize it, and how media bias is a thing. And so when we say, oh, people need to be educated in the voting process and all of these things, let's just say, I'm going to give this community the benefit of the doubt. You're unaware of the accomplishments of what people like Michelle Williams is doing, because who you are looking to as your political leader, they're not saying anything about it. And so your mind, if she was doing such a great job, surely my people would have said something.
My people.
So since my people didn't say anything, it must be something else that's going wrong. And maybe she deserves all of this scrutiny that she's under. I mean, it's not for me to be involved in that. And so I think that applies in so many scenarios. And so that's why their lack of action is so detrimental in all areas, whether it's educational, political, culturally, civically. It is detrimental because you are supposed to be the voice. And so it also makes me think about, you a goddamn lie. You don't support your community the way that you should say you do. You're just doing that for a front to get their votes. But you really don't care because, again, you really want to align yourself with the other side, and that's why you're quiet. You really want to be accepted by the other side.
And I'm going to say names again because I feel like it's important to make sure that we're putting names on these leaders that we're calling out. And that's Sergio Lira, Sylvia Garcia, Carol Leverado, Ana Hernandez, Armando Wale. We're talking about you. Now, also, it makes me think about something. I know we said we were going to make this 15 minutes, but here we go. It makes me think about something when we talk about school board elections as well. We're starting to see more Hispanic, Latina people come out for school board election. And now it's so funny seeing them already coming to side with the other side. And it's like, hey, do y'all not see what's going on in the news when we're talking about ICE, when we're talking about the Hispanic or Latina babies not wanting to come to school because they are afraid of being detained? But now all of a sudden you are running for school board, or you're running for these political seats, and you're thinking that your last name is going to get the vote. It's going to get your people to come out and vote for you. But you're going to do the old HISD bait and switch once you get in office. And we have seen that happen with our own school board, with so many of the other districts that are near us in the school board. Because you have the last name, you're going to get that vote, and you don't have any good intentions on doing right by your people. Or when an issue is put on the agenda, or when a topic is brought to the board meeting, you are going to cower down and say nothing because your last name is the only last name of its likeness on that panel, in that dais, and you are going to say nothing because you, God forbid, you piss the people that you went to A&M with, UT with, Texas Tech with, Duke with. God forbid you piss those people off.
Yep.
Because you have to constantly remind yourself and them that you're on their side, not really on the side of where you came. You came from the pits of the valley.
Exactly.
Okay, but you have become so far removed from who you are and from your culture and from your community that you got them let it be known that I'm over here with this because I went to UT. I'm an Aggie.
I'm an Aggie. I'm a Longhorn.
And so that's where I'm a Red Raider. And so that's where we go on with this. And that's so very sad because we got our own damn fight with our own kids
and that's
our
just
own
what
community.
I was thinking. Like, how dare you? Because there's so much work that needs to be done on our side, and we, the little morsels that we have left of ourselves, we give it away to others, thinking that you know what. I'm not going to say with an expectation. We give it because we know it's needed.
And it's the right thing to do.
That's what I say, because it's needed. Because we operate from the sense of principle and morals that we know it's the right thing. And unfortunately, the world that we live in does not operate like that. Not always say that. That's like Black people's biggest curse to me.
Oh, it is.
Is that we always want to do right by people. Always. We always take care of everybody. And I'm the first one to say now, because of that, I no longer do cookout invites.
No.
You're not. You're not. No.
I never gave cookout invites.
I have given a cookout invite before in my past. I'm going to say in the, early 2010s.
I'm so disappointed.
I know.
So disappointed.
It was before the light had fully,
okay.
engulfed me.
All right.
But I don't do that because no, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And let me close out, because I know we said we were going to do this in short, but I want to make sure that we know this conversation isn't necessarily attacking anyone. It's really about asking a question that deserves an honest answer. And that is, if Black women have historically been the backbone of movements for justice, education, and civil rights, who the hell is standing behind us when we become the ones under pressure? Mm-hmm. Because I thought solidarity was supposed to work both ways. Solidarity is supposed to work both ways. And if it doesn't, then sheesh, people are going to eventually stop showing up. I'm going to stop giving it my energy. I'm going to stop giving it my care. I'm going to stop giving it my nurturing nature. I'm going to fall back. And we're going to all go into rest when it comes to everything, not just politics.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is going to be
everything.
I'm resting.
And I was gonna say something not nice. Okay.
No, let's not keep it. Let's keep it cute. Keep it cute. Anyway, just a little mini rant that I wanted to go on. Thank you for indulging. Thank you for going on a rant with me. And hopefully we get these people to speak up, because Michelle's fight is not over.
So there's still time.
There is still time.
Sergio, there's still time. Anna, there's still time. Sylvia, Armando, Carol. There's still time. And I hope that this podcast finds you well today.
I hope it does. But the next HISD board meeting, where they will place Michelle on the agenda to speak about their decision, the board's decision on whether to accept or deny the hearing officer's recommendation, is March the 26th. So hopefully before then, they have from now until then to get on their platforms and side with Michelle, to get their community to back Michelle, to get those parents. I'm going to call those parents out of her school, Benbrook Elementary.
Right.
Parents of Benbrook Elementary, where the hell y'all at?
Wait a minute, you sure right, because I got so caught up on the leaders. If I, as a parent, had a teacher who was directly fighting for the betterment of my child, best believe I'm going to be there.
I'm there.
I don't care. I don't care if I don't speak English.
No, I'm there.
I'm going to be there to show that this is who I stand by.
I'm there.
Somebody will be there to be a translator, damn it.
And I know that open records can't show the specific children that she named in her grievances, but I hope that there's some kind of way that those parents of those specific babies know that this lady risked her career, her license of over 26 years as an educator to fight for your baby. And that's the thing that makes a lot of us educators just want to do our eight and skate and beat the kids out the gate and don't be late. Okay. It's because we already know that parents are not going to have our backs. I can't even imagine the number of parents who knew that I was about to lose my job advocating for their kids, or the ones that even didn't know that I was going to lose my job advocating for kids. I just can't even think about how many times I've put myself at risk, my kids at risk of not having an employed mother because I'm fighting for other people's children. And those people at the end of the day don't give a damn about me and don't give a damn about my kids. But the least y'all parents at Benbrook Elementary can do is show up, pack that boardroom meeting at the Hattie and the May on March the 26th and fight for Michelle. Use your 1 minute voice. Even if you use your 1 minute and you speak in Spanish, like you said,
there's a translator
there. Thank you. To fight for that lady, speak up for that lady, and thank that woman for putting herself on the line for your babies. Because after all of that lady is exhausted. I can't even begin to imagine the level of exhaustion it takes to fight like that, and to fight like that with only a handful of people standing behind you, when a whole damn community should have been standing behind her. Ooh, all right, y'all. That's my rant. Thank you guys for joining us on this episode of Richmond Forest Finest, the podcast. Hopefully we get Michelle on here when she's done with her mental break to talk about the hearing and talk about her feelings about this exact topic that we're speaking of now. So until next time, deuces.
Bye.